a cafe, right? Okay, so they started a new video. Okay, so if you go to a cafe, right, and like say if you go to a donut shop, and then they will have a fake nice donut cashier, like at Dunkin' Donuts or something, and they'll pretend to be fake nice at Dunkin' Donuts, but give you a free sandwich while throwing up satanic hand signs or something, or they'll look for some being a total jerk and look for some random excuse to pick an argument or fight with you for an excuse to have you set you up to be banned for forever, where you can never come back for the rest of your life. Or they will pick an argument or fight with you or something like that. you know. So like at the cottage cafe, with the tranny and everything, like I think that was my first time there was when those two ladies were and I was telling them about my short stories and stuff, and they had one of the ladies had to leave to go out of town the next day, or later on that day or the next day or something, and she had to go and pack up and leave. Excuse me. So so that's that. And then the second time I went to the cottage cafe, you know, they didn't even charge me at all. And they told me that my meal was free. And then the third time I went, they gave me like a free item or something. And then the fourth time I went, I guess everything, fourth or fifth time, everything was like normal, me paying and whatever. But that tranny, where it was that past Friday, a couple of Fridays ago, when he, the Friday before last, wait, no, hold up. A couple of two or three Fridays ago, when he demanded a tip from me, and it's like I felt a certain kind of disturbed about that, and talking about word to the wise, if you don't tip, ooh, whatever, and I told him I was homeless and had just got donated money from someone, so he tried to tell me that's no excuse or whatever, which is homeless discrimination. It's okay for him to be discriminatory with me being homeless, and what y'all saw in the doggone videos the video of what he did to me. I think he was that mad about not being tipped that he was that mad about not being tipped that I really couldn't afford it, and all I had was just like just enough to eat. And so that's all I had was just enough to eat, because that's what somebody donated to me, and then I was trying to save the rest left over for dinner later on. So if you order something that's $10 and they have like an 18% gratuity or tip or suggestion of tip or something, like 18, 20, and 22%, what are you bitching about $2 for? And you live the high life. I don't know what kind of car he has, but I promise you he has a car. And how the hell are you supposed to be the cafe manager? You ain't living off of no doggone $2.13 an hour, or a small amount of He tried to say that that's the majority of their income or whatever is from tips or whatever, So he used he lied about the rubbing alcohol thing and used that as an excuse to pick an argument or a fight with me for an excuse to create a crisis on purpose to justify banning me from there. Now, if y'all don't call that discrimination, but he didn't like to be called, he didn't like to be called slurs and names, sexual slurs and names and stuff. But it's okay for him to insult something that I can't control. But he don't have to be gay or tranny. He the one who makes the choice to wake up one day and be a woman. But I damn sure don't choose to be freaking homeless and poor. But I'm not willing to sell out either. And then it was even more, that's how the gang stalking was confirmed, that he's connected with the telephone scatologia human trafficking, sex trafficking perp, that he linked up with the telephone scatologia sex trafficking perp. He linked up with him. So that's how I know they're all kinds of bad. But they ain't got the word. And then, as I said, the owners or whatever, perping with the red Mazda CX-5 SUV and had one LED headlight, one headlight, and then the guy who's the delivery driver, it looked like a gothic Satanist. So yeah, that's the kind of weird switch ups like that. How the hell you just randomly switch on me? And as I said, he tried to make it like, oh, you mad because I told you not to spray rubbing alcohol. It wasn't even about. I was just trying to. But then at the same time, I'm using it to clean and sanitize. But at the same time, you're a narcissistic abuser and calling me nasty and say I stink and stuff like that. You just wanted to pick a fight with me for an excuse to stop me from coming there. Because he told me hi earlier that day, shortly before the argument. He told me hi and then walked right up on me. Like as if he told me hi like as if everything was okay. And then when I walked inside of the small little, tiny little building, he walked right behind me. Because like any place that I go to, I clean and sanitize my hands, with me having OCD. I clean and sanitize my hands and spray a little, try to not spray too much. Spray a little bit, to try to clean and sanitize my hands and stuff. And then if I have to use the bathroom, especially if I got to do the second number, if you know what I mean, if I have to shit, then, I will spray the toilet, and it does 70% alcohol does not take the paint off or discolor the toilet. It doesn't discolor the toilet like 91% alcohol does. In certain places, even restaurants, even sometimes hotels, the toilet will be filthy as hell. And so, bad enough, I have difficulty trying to squat and make doo-doo, so I try to clean and sanitize. Most people, as I said, most people do not freaking complain. But that lady from that AJ's ice cream place, she waited until right after I was in the middle of writing a blog, and I didn't even get to finish it, but I want to go back and finish. And I was writing a blog about explaining about my OCD and homelessness, and it's like, as I said, me being homeless and targeted, they force me to be dirty, and I be like having lots of panic attacks and on the verge of emotional and mental meltdowns because of being forced to be dirty and not being able to get to shower and stuff, or have a place to shower or take a bath or whatever, And it's not the normal me to be walking around smelling bad or being dirty or whatever. But dealing with narcissistic abusers and perps and stuff, if they got me that doggone depressed, that, if I have a roof over my head and because of being bullied, can't even, too depressed to even take a shower because of being bullied or dealing with some form of other narcissistic abuse and stuff, and just be depressed and eat ice cream all freaking day. No, not eat ice cream all day, but I'm just playing. But, you know, just me trying to, me sitting here eating comfort food or something to help me feel better or help me cope. Um, it's, yeah, I don't be eating no ice cream all day, but it's like, as I say, I get the kid size two scoop, like two scoop of kid size ice cream or whatever, and that oh, I couldn't even go for a whole brownie dessert. I couldn't even afford, $10 for a whole brownie dessert, and you can't even eat it all. So that's why I would opt for the little ice cream or whatever. But I don't even eat the ice cream every single day. It would be like several times a week, but not every single day. But I feel like because I was doing that last year, eating ice cream a lot, feeling very depressed after I was booted out of the extended stay hotel and forced back on the streets and feeling depressed and eating ice cream, trying to cope with, being high anxiety, with being forced to be dirty and out on the streets with no place to take a bath, and feeling insecure about smelling bad and all that, so I mean, and it's like if I'm haven't had a shower in like 2 or 3 weeks, and then a man who's driving like a Toyota, like a gray Toyota Tundra, but look like one of the light skinned pretty Creoles with doggone freaking green eyes and straight hair, or be like orange with straight hair with green eyes, and then come and approach me, clean shaven, fresh, and all that, and then act like you wanna offer me to prostitute. I'm be like, go somewhere. No, I'm dirty. No, I don't care if you're dirty. I'll clean you up. No, no, no thanks. I don't care how cute you are. Fuck you. I don't care about looks no more. Fuck you. Because now I see people with mean if they say looks isn't everything or money isn't everything or whatever. But you can be in a disastrous relationship, you know, um with a very attractive guy. If he's abusive enough, that will make him ugly and make you hate him despite how gorgeous and just pretty he is. No, I feel like it ain't even worth it. you know so it's like some people think that people can get by I was trying to say in the previous video before the video split, but I got sidetracked, that people think that I'm a shitty writer. Like the perps try to say I'm a shitty writer, but I explained that my writing could be better, or my thinking and my focus could be more clear if they didn't torture me with directed energy weapons or sleep deprive me. And they don't want you to try to accomplish anything or try to better yourself and be independent. So they want to try to force me to be needy and dependent. you know. So they want me to be like a helpless child so that they can control me more and restrict everything. So just like J Demon Rotten shit or Ruby McKenzie pretending to be non-existent family members. I don't have a relative named Lisa Grandpre, and I don't have a doggone cousin named Jasmine Grandpre either. So I don't know where the hell she get those names from. Oh, she tried to yeah. Jasmine was the name from Lisa Ti. That was a target individual. Jasmine was the name of the person who set Lisa Ti up and had her murdered. And so um well, I meant to say him because Lisa Ti was transgender. So so I mean, it's like, how the hell you making a mockery of somebody being murdered or sacrificed, by trying to, and then it's like J Demon Rotten shit or Ruby McKenzie, or I really think that's the same person. Also acting like she was trying to traffic me and talk about, oh well, you're gonna be in my house and you're gonna have 2 meals a day and you're gonna work out and you're only restricted to coffee and water and no juice, no this, no milk, no that, or whatever, and stuff like that. I'm like, who the hell are you? Like, leave me alone. And then try to say that if I didn't accept her demand to come stay by her, she lied and said, oh, I'm in New Orleans too and stuff like that. If you don't come by me, then I'm gonna contact Adult Protective Services because obviously you don't know how to take care of yourself and this and that, whatever. So, but yeah, I mean, it's really doggone weird. Um, with these traffickers, they try to make you feel like the worst piece of shit, so worthless and unwanted and undesirable. But at the same time, I mean, they talk to you like a trash, but then it's like, just like the DJ, the human trafficking the sex trafficker DJ. DJ was trying to sex traffic me, and he was jealous, very jealous, and and then he really wanted to sex traffic me, and wasn't successful all this time, and trying to beat me into submission. But all that psychological and mental and verbal abuse to act like you hate me, but then you sexually wanted me so bad and wanted to be my pimp and everything. And it's like, I never heard of a pimp being younger than someone. I thought the pimp was always way older. The trafficker, I thought they was older than you. You know, so they got men and women out here acting like they want to traffic me. And I heard that they try to get you while you're homeless. And once they succeed at capturing you, that's when the selling out or selling your soul begins. And then you be totally, what they say, turned out. And I don't know anything about really that lifestyle and the drugs or anything like that, So if they want to sell you a piece of shit writer and stuff, but then, like with the entertainment industry, with music, you don't make it. I heard some people make it by looks, but you don't make it by great talent. You make it successful, or even with writing books, anything creative. Even with being a doctor, you don't get to be successful and blow up and become huge and famous until or unless you sell out and willing to do the satanic rituals. And that's how successful you are. It's not about how great of a singer you are, or great of a dancer or actress or actor that you are, or great of a writer that you are, or great of a painter, graphic design artist, or or anything. If you draw, illustrator, editor, um, you don't get success just by being good at what you do. Because I heard that they might have some poor and homeless people who you might think sound better than Luther Vandross or Whitney Houston. But they're doggone poor and have nothing. And some people will say that that is God given raw talent and not given by the devil, artificially given by the devil. You know? So if if my writing is so shitty, so poor and so bad that no one is interested, you're corny, you lame. And it's, you know, yeah, if I could write the exact same thing word for word after, or anyone else who has sold out. If someone who sold their soul to the devil and they write whatever I wrote word for word, there's satanic power behind that, and they get blow up, and it's like everybody likes it because they get all the hype men and all the public relations, all the media and everything to back you up and push you up and promote you. The more vile and godless and satanic you're willing to be. But if you try to stand for truth and righteousness and you just want to be independent, everybody will ignore you and nobody's going to listen to you. And I've talked about this before in videos about, because I mean, I've told y'all how the people who in the writing community on Twitter, um, if if their writings get promoted because they're promoting stuff that's godless and satanic and occult, new age wickedness. So, I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and let a Satanist dictate how I should write. Or, I mean, why should it? I mean, and that's why I try to ask: is it better to be like a poor writer and glorify God, or is it better to be an impeccable, phenomenal writer and you glorifying Satan hardcore? I mean, you want to talk about style and structure and, you know, and all that with writing, or coherence and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm neither the best nor the worst writer. But they've had some people who think that I'm really talented as a writer with my short stories and stuff. But I feel like some of them are good, some of them are bad. And I know when they're bad when I've been sleep deprived enough. And if I got typos and spelling errors and stuff. But it's like they keep me chronically sleep deprived. So I need to be able to have my mind sharp and back to like normal. And you know, in order to be able to go back and polish up and re-edit to make it sound better. And I've been trying to edit stuff, even still being sleep deprived. So they just want to put me down and insult me and make me feel like the worst person. And I knew it was the online stalker perps. They were the only ones who fake answered my poll that I asked. Would you rather read, basically, you know, is it better to be a poor writer that glorifies Jesus Christ and righteousness, or like an excellent writer that glorifies Satan? And they trolled and make sure they gave like way more responses to the ones that, to glorify Satan and be a better writer. Because I heard some people talk about God given talent and also Satan trying to mock God and give you a perverse talent, and they want to sexualize you. So it's like, if you it seems like it seems like you got to be popular and fake in order to get respect in this freaking world. So if you writing like a novel, a horror novel about having sex with vampires and stuff, that gets more attention and more credit than somebody, you know, suffering depression because everything in his life is going bad, and then he turns to Jesus Christ and gets saved and start, improving his life and going win souls to Jesus Christ. You know, that sex with vampires get more popularity and everybody's more interested in that than, somebody trying to turn their lives to Jesus. And then I can't believe they have these fake Christian horror as well, and somebody try to tell me that I need to go into horror and suspense. Somebody who said that they're Christian told me I need, and I forgot what the other genre they try to say. Go into romance and horror and suspense. That's where the money, and thriller, thriller and all that. Oh, that's where all the money is. I'm like, no, I just want to write from. I don't want to be part of any genre or whatever. I just want to write from my heart and my mind, and just write from my personal, just whatever's on my mind, on my heart or whatever. I don't want to be part of any cult or clique or anything like that. Bad enough the writing community ignore the shit out of me on Twitter. Like I'm talking to a brick wall or something. But, I could improve my writing and people still wouldn't give a shit because I didn't sell out. But I can write way worse than this. And if I sold out, that'll be getting lots of book deals and sales and stuff. And I don't want no narcissistic fake editors. They just want to make a buck. You're right, it may not be trash, but they just want an opportunity to try to cash, making more money. So that's why I'd rather control and edit my own shit. And I've been saying that since 2019 when I started out. Well, I didn't start in 2019. I actually was younger than that. But I really was trying to write unsuccessfully because dealing with homelessness, sleep deprivation, and the gang stalking, I couldn't get stabilized. And a whole bunch of writing, I could have improved and gotten way better and gotten successful stuff out of the way. But they just keep holding me back and hindering me and stuff. Also, before I go, they had this man at the beach. He offered to take a few pictures of me while I was standing, like, was I in the water or just barely in the water? So that was good today too. So I basically was, just ranting and rambling on about how my day was. And I took a shower as soon as I got in here. And I'm gonna just freaking rest for the rest of the night. I need to. And I'm gonna try to just rest for the rest of the night. I'm too tired to even write anything right now, and I need to mentally recharge and get to sleep and get me just some good rest because I haven't been able to get it on the streets or nothing like that. And so the next hotel night, I think I should be eligible for another free night. That would be beautiful. So I paid for a full night this time rather than a discounted night. I paid for a full night this time so that the next time could be supposed to be totally free. So, Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I might do some writing. If not, then I might just chill out for the night. That's what I need to do because everything been freaking hectic with me being on the street. So I need a doggone break. I need a rest. So, um, thanks for listening to my crazy ass ramble on, speaking the truth about things. And if there's nothing crazy that happens this tonight, then I'll see y'all tomorrow.